Yeah. But what about them? That Mikias and
Ma'am, RGB told she has network error, ma'am.
RGB, yeah?
Yes,
Who
ma'am.
wrote? Oh, so she won't be joining? Anyway, I'll also try. Total strength has become 7. La. But Sarath Kumar is not able to join. RGB calling, Mikias calling.
Sarath Kumar joined, ma'am.
Joined. Okay, Sarath Kumar joined. Sarath Kumar, good afternoon. Can you unmute your mic, please? Sarath Kumar.
Joined, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you show on your video and show your face? Is it today or Sarath Kumar? Is it possible? Okay. Okay, you can close it. Okay, you can close it. Okay. Yeah, why did you join? Actually, you have joined earlier, no? Why you didn't join the classes? Any issues with the internet? Huh? Hello?
Ma'am, little
Ah,
ill, illness, ma'am.
okay. Anyway, I'm not able to hear you properly. No problem. One thing we do, Jagan, can you help him in teaching that initial part of the subject? Because I can't repeat it today. Jagan, can you do it?
Okay, ma'am.
Sharad Kumar, you collect the notes from him and not only sending the notes, Jagan, you have to teach what I have taught in the class. So you understood very well. I know you teach him so that let him also be comfortable with what we have learned. Mikas also, did he convey anything?
No, ma'am.
Mikas. Everybody told she is having internet problem, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but, so morning class she has attended?
Attended, ma'am.
Attended. And net, she might have, this package may be over, something like that. I heard that in Ethiopia network is costly. Yes, and I'll give it one more time. I will try, and we'll start the class. So Sharath Kumar, I will be taking the advanced structure analysis for you, and we have completed a little concept and the one problem also. Almost 3/4 of the problem we have completed. So just to get the help of Jagan, if it is still you are finding it difficult, then one more day I'll come and teach you. So Jagan, you take time and teach, okay? Even you can come through the teams and you can discuss also. That is also possible. That option is also there. You can come in teams and you can practice. Otherwise, you can through WhatsApp or phone call something. You can learn. RKB didn't join. Anyway, we'll start the class. We can't wait for them. Just to tell me whether you are able to see the slide share. Uh, you are able to see? ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today what we are going to, we have solved the problem and we have got the answer in the last class. U4 and U6 we have got it. So just introduction, Sharath Kumar, I'll tell you what you have learned so far in a fast mode. This is I will be teaching the direct stiffness method, and I think in BTech also you have studied the structure analysis using the stiffness method. So you'll be here you will be studying the how to find out the bending moment, the shear force for the continuous beam and the rigid plane frame and 3D plane frame. That is your syllabus, the first unit. So we have covered the continuous beam, then the rigid frame and 3D frames have to cover. So this is the continuous beam I've taken for the study, and when this is subjected to load, it will be it will be, that is, this load you have to convert as a equivalent joint load. So there are three types of supports. One is the fixed support, another one is the roller support, another one is the hinge support. That I didn't show here. So fixed support, what is the nature of the fixed support mean? It will not have any rotation. That is the blue one, the navy blue one. It will not have any rotation, and it will not deflect also. At the end, it will not deflect. It will not rotate. But what about the simply support? Simply support means you will have a rotation. You can see the rotation. Are you able to see the slide? You are able to see the slide, no? Hello, somebody unmute and tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
okay.
your volume is
Oh,
low, ma'am.
Volume low, wait. Check it whether now also it is like 6. Now it's fine or
Ma'am, now
is it
audible.
no, not bad. Okay, if it's a fixed means, then the end support, that is it will not have any rotation and it will not move in the vertical direction also. If it's a hinged means, the rotation is allowed. But because of the support is there, it will not deflect in the end. So these are the two quantities you have to know. And node numbering, that is when there is a beam, you have to number the beam. First thing, there is a 1, 2. There are 3 members here, 1, 2, 3, and the connectivity also you should know. The first member is connected with 1 and 2, and the second member is connected with 2 and 3, and third member is connected with 3 and 4. All the nodes you have to number. After numbering the node, at each node you will have a vertical shear force and the rotation. Vertical shear force and rotation. Vertical shear force and rotation. Vertical shear force and rotation. So this is the thing. Then we have to formulate the stiffness matrix that we have studied. That is, when you are applying a unit load at the left end, what will happen to the forces? The forces will be, the shear force at this end will be 12A by L cube, and the bending will be 6A by L square, and the other end it is 6A by L square, and the shear force will be minus 12A by L cube. So similarly, when you are applying a unit rotation at the end, what will happen to the forces? This is the forces, 6A by L square, 4A by L, 2A by L, and 6A by L square. Similarly, at the right hand side, if I am applying a unit force and a unit rotation, what has happened, I explained. So finally, whatever I have obtained, I put it in the matrix form. This is 12A by L cube, 6A by L square, then 6A by L square, 4A by L. This quantity you have to remember. So this is the just repetition of this will repeat here, repeat here, except this 4EA will become here it is 2EAL, here it is 2EAL, and this is 4EAL. So this will be same as this one, and this will be same as this one. Only the sign convention, you have to take care of the sign convention. So stiffness matrix, and you know the equilibrium equation you have studied in the BTech. That is Q is equal to external force is equal to stiffness into displacement. Stiffness into displacement. This is the stiffness only we have derived now, and the displacement is unknown. Then we have come across the force displacement relation. That is, you have to the loads. This load you have to convert it into equivalent joint load. How will you convert it in equivalent joint load? That is this, if it's a concentrated load, you will have a joint load of PAB square by L square and PB by L. This is a shear force and this is a bending moment. Similarly, other end you will have a PA by L and PBA square by L square. So these are the reactions, that is the forces acting in the downward direction. That is what I'm doing is I'm just converting the vertical load at the junction, that is at the joint as an equivalent load. So finally I am getting this answer. And what we have done a problem in the last class. This is a problem we have solved. What we have done is first this we have formulated the member, the node numbering. Node numbering is 1 and 2. Then we have numbered the joint. Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Sharath Kumar, I may be a little bit fast, but the concept alone I can explain it because so many times I explained. So what you have to do is you have to just learn from the classmates whatever we have learned so far. So the concept is the formulation of the stiffness matrix and the load vector. This is the problem we have started solving yesterday, and this is the what is that? This is a beam, and the beam has this is a continuous beam. It has got so you have to number the beam 1 and 2, and then you have to number the node. Node numbering is 1. Wherever you are having the support, you have to number the node 1, 2, 3. So in the 1, you will have a vertical displacement and the rotations. And here also you will have a vertical displacement and rotation. That I have numbered as 3, 4. Here also vertical displacement and rotation 5 and 6. So here when you are taking this support is fixed. So U1 is equal to, that is the vertical displacement is 0 and rotation is 0. Rotation is 0 because it's a fixed end. Fixed end rotation is, there is no rotation, there is no vertical displacement. When you take U3 also, there will not be any vertical displacement, but it will rotate. It will rotate. So simply supported one. Then U4 also not equal to 0, but U5. U5 is the vertical displacement, that is equal to 0, but U6 will not be equal to 0. So whatever is not equal to 0, you have to keep in mind. And now we have moved on to the formulation of the stiffness matrix. So for the member 1, I have, as I told you, we have formulated the stiffness matrix. That is, you have to number it 1, 2, 3, and 4, and substitute the value of E and I. I is equal to 2I for this problem. L is equal to 5 meter. So that I have substituted, and that is the stiffness matrix for the first member. First member means first member is this one. This is the first member. Then I have moved on to the second member. Second member is first member numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4. Second member is 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the 3 and 4 are common. When you look at here, the first member is connected with the node 1 and 2. For the node 1, you have a displacement of 1 and 2, and in the node 2, you have a vertical translation of 3 and the rotation of 4. Node this node is common to both the beam. That's why for the first beam I have numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then second beam I'll start counting from 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why this is the first member, and the second member are what is that? Second member 3, 4, 5, 6. So whatever is I have marked as 0. For example, U1 I have marked as 0, U2 marked as 0, 3, 0, 5, 0. So 4 and 6 it is there. So wherever you are coming across 1, you have to strike it off, 2 you have to strike it off, 3 you have to strike it off. Similarly the rows also, because everything is just equal to 0. So this rows also you have to cut it off. So when you are doing like that, only this value will be there. This 4, 4 will be there. Then for the second member, you will have 3 you have to strike it off, because U3 is equal to 0, 5 you have to strike it off, 5 is equal to 0. Similarly, horizontal row also you have to strike it off. So the left out will be 4, 4, 4, 6, then 6, 4. 6, 4 means 6th row, 4th column. 6th row, 4th column. And 6, 6 means 6th row, 6th column. So final global stiffness matrix, that is the two members put together, I have formulated the global stiffness matrix, that is numbering is 4 and 6, because Why I have used 4 and 6? Other things are 0. 4 and 6 are not equal to 0. So that's why I have used the value of 4 and 6 is equal to 0. So I have taken the values from that two matrices and I have just added together. That's the way I formulated the stiffness matrix. Now I have to we have done the load vector formulation. When you look at this beam, the load vector for the first beam is no, there is no load, but the second beam you have a load. You have to convert it into equivalent load. How to convert it? WL by 2 and WSR by 12. Here also WL by 2 and WL square by 2. Sign convention I have adopted is downward as negative and anti-clockwise as clockwise as negative. And why I'm putting this downward? Because this beam is 20 kilonewton load is acting in the downward direction. That's why it will push the beam and it will make the beam to sag. That is like a saucer, it will bend. So I have to put the download. That is what the purpose of this is. I'm converting the uniformly distributed load into a equivalent joint load. So when you apply the sign convention, you will get a minus 60, minus 60, minus 60 and plus 60. Numbering is for the second member, it is 3, 4, 5 and 6. So similarly, the load vector also you have to combine together. Load vector also finally what we want is 4 and 6 only because U1, U2, U3, U5 are 0. So I have left out all the other quantities and only I have taken 4 and 6. So 4 and 6 means this value and this value I have taken minus 60 and plus 60. So this is a static equation. Load is the external load is equal to stiffness into U. Stiffness into U. So external load is this one we have obtained from here, and the K matrix also we have obtained from the this stiffness matrix, and then we have U4 and U6 as a U4 is the rotation and U6 is the rotation. The beam end will rotate. How much is the rotation? We have found out. So this is the equation, that is row and column you can multiply. That is 3 point. Wait. 3.6 into U4 plus 1 into U6. That is row and column you multiply. Then you will get minus 60. Similarly, second row and the column you multiply, you will get 60. So like that I have done, and using the calculator, you ask your classmates, Satish Kumar, you ask your classmate how to solve this and find out U4 and U6 using the calculator. So how much is the rotation of the beam? Minus 29 by EI, and U6 is 44 by EA. That means this particular beam is rotating. This particular beam is end rotation. U4 is the rotation, U6 is the rotation. So it is rotating by minus 29 by EI, and this end is just rotating by 44 by EA. So that's a concept. So how much it is getting rotated? Rotate means it is you are able to understand. No, this rotation, that is, this is the rotation. How much is the rotation? For the first member here it is minus 29 by EI, and for the second member it is U6 is equal to, this portion is equal to 44 divided by EA. 44 divided by EA, that we have found out. Now we will move on to the, so this is what we have found out. Now we will move on to the formula to calculate the member end forces. So you can write calculation of member end forces. Write on calculation of so number 1, we'll take the number 1. What is the equation? P1 is equal to, it is first number, it is K1, small K1, sorry, that is You should not use the curly bracket because the curly bracket is for vector. So just we will write, if you want, you can have it curly bracket, and square bracket is for the vector, and U, capital U. So we know the value of, now what we are going to go, the member in forces, that is, what is the force acting at the end of the member? This is the force acting at the end of the member, that is, there will be a resistance. Member and forces means how much resistance offered by the pillar, the column. So this force, so what we have calculated, that is, this force will be depending upon the load acting on the member. So when you are taking this member, it seems like there is no force on this member, because when you look at the question, this is the question. When you look at this question, there is no load on the first member, but there is some load in the second member. So the first member, there is no load, so its own reaction, that is, there is no load, so it need not resist anything. If load is there, then it has to give a upward resistance, and the load will be acting in the downward direction, and the moment will be acting, that is, the load will be acting. For example, the load, because of the load, we can see, no, the moment will be like this, and the reaction, the load, vertical downward direction is like this. Vertical downward reaction is like this. So this downward and this load should be resisted by the upward load. Should be resisted by the upward load. So this downward load will be equal to this upward load. This downward load will be equal to upward load, and this moment will be equal to anti-clockwise moment. So that we have found out already. What we have found out, these are the forces we have found out already. So for the first member it is 0, and for the second member it is, we have calculated the equivalent load. Now what you have to do is, that is, because of this one, that is, for this beam, let us take the first beam. For the first beam, some force effect will be coming from this beam. Am I correct? That is, even though there is no load, this U4, because of U4, it will get rotated. That is, U4 is not equal to 0. How much is the value? Minus 29 by EA. So because of this load, this member is getting this rotated. That effect you have to take into account, and that's what we have solved the equilibrium equation, static equilibrium equation, and we have found out the value. So this is equal to, can you write the member stiffness matrix for the first member, and U value also. U is equal to U1, U2, U3 is equal to 0. That is, member and force is equal to, if I start writing, can somebody tell me the stiffness matrix for the first beam, first member? Point, we will take EI outside. 0.192. Am I correct? If I remember correctly.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody can unmute and read. 192. Then next value is
0.48, ma'am.
0.48. Next value
Minus 0.192.
0.192. Next value is 0.48. No.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the next value? This is 0.48. Am I correct?
0.48.
This is
1.6.
1.6. Here it is
Minus 0.48.
8.
0.8.
Point. Then here 0.192.
Minus 0.48.
Minus. So this matrix will repeat.
Ma'am, first, ma'am, that third row, first column, ma'am, minus 0.192.
Third row, first column. Okay. Then here, what's the value?
0.192.
Is 0.48. This value is 0.48, and instead of 1.6, you will get a 0.8. This is 0.48, and you will get 1.6. Where the minus sign comes here? Minus sign is
And
for
last, third row,
minus
fourth column.
third row,
Fourth column.
fourth column minus. Then
And third row, fourth column.
Ma'am, both 0.48 minus, ma'am.
okay, this is minus. Both point. Okay, okay. Then I have to rub it off. Am I correct? This value is correct.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, this is an erase amount. Minus 0.48. So, okay, minus 0.48. So now instead of instead of marking it here, I can mark it somewhere. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll write the member and forces here also. That is it in eraser mode? What is the value of U1? U1 is equal to 0. Am I correct? So for the first member, you will have U is equal, capital U is equal to U1, U2, U3, U4. So what about the value of U2? 0. U3?
0.
0. U4?
Not equal to 0.
U4 is equal to?
Not equal to 0.
Not equal to 0.
Minus 29.03.
0.03 divided by?
EI.
Yes.
Okay. Can you multiply and tell me the answer? Multiply and tell me the answer, final answer. So you multiply this row by this column and tell me the first number. Multiply this row and this column, tell me the answer. This row and this column, you tell me the answer. Multiply and tell me. The row and the column. So you will get 4 values, only 4 values. Multiply and tell me the final answer. And one more thing, can you note it down, all of you, please? Plus reaction. Reaction means what I mean is here, this one, the reaction. So even the load is not there, in the first beam you will have the rotation because of the second beam effect. Are you able to understand what 1 minute you stop? All of you stop and listen. This is what I'm meaning is, even though there is no load here, this load will give us some contribution to this beam because this is supported at the junction. So that's why we are going to get the member and forces. Otherwise, there will not be any member and forces because this is equal to 0. The load is equal to 0. Just to multiply and tell me the answer. Tell me the final answer. If anyone has finished, just to read it for me. Can you tell me the answer for this? How much you are getting?
Minus 13.93.
13.93. Very good. Minus, wait, I'll also write.
Mm.
Minus 13.93. Second one is?
Minus 23.22.
23.22. Next one is?
Plus 13.93.
693. Okay. Then
Next one is
minus
minus 46.44.
Minus 46.4. So this is the correct answer. So what does it indicate? And there is no reaction. Am I correct? There is no reaction. So it is equal to, the final answer will be equal to same thing. That is P1 is equal to minus 13.93. P2 is equal to minus 23.22. 13.93 and minus 46.4. Okay, so what is this P1? P1 is the vertical reaction, P2 is the moment at the one end. That is, if I want, I can draw and show you. So how much it should have? It should have 13.93. What is the kilonewton? And the moment of opposite is, because it is a reaction, it is from the column. So what we have done previously is from the beam, how much it is coming down. Now how much is the resistance reaction? That is, you will find out RA and RB. No, that is, it represents the column. This arrow represents the column, and the column there is a shear force of 13.93 kilonewton and a bending moment of 23.22 kilonewton meter, and the left side it is how much? So something is acting down, no? Negative sign is this equal to, so it is acting down. Something is 13.9 is acting. .93 and this is 46.4. 4. 1 minute. Okay. So can you move on to the second member? Number 2. Can you do it for the number 2?
Ma'am,
Tell me.
ma'am, you told anti-clockwise means
Anti-clockwise is? Okay. Wait.
I'm anti-clockwise positive.
Okay. So this should, sorry. It should come downward, no? Downward is negative. So can you draw it? This I'll delete fully. And
ma'am, for the first one, arrow
the
mark
first
will
one
be
is
downwards.
downward. Yeah, downward. It's correct. What you're telling is this is downward, and this one is, what about this? Negative means clockwise. No, so clockwise is negative. This is positive. Positive means upward. Minus means this is the anti-clockwise one. Sorry, clockwise. Clockwise is negative. So this is correct. This one 13.93 is correct, and this one is opposite direction. So just to make it reverse and do it. Then now we will move on to member 2. Member 2, you will have, what is the member forces? It starts from 3, 4, 5, P6. So that is equal to, what is the member force? 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is U3, U4, U5, U6 plus reaction. What is the reaction? What is the reaction you will have in the opposite direction? That is, the reactions will be, so this is because of the load. Reaction should be in the opposite direction. So reaction will be plus 60, plus 60, plus 60, minus 60. So otherwise, what I will do is, instead of writing here as plus, I will put minus. So minus of minus will become plus. You are able to understand? That is, you are having here minus. But I have to make it as plus. How will I make it as plus? Minus of minus. If I take the minus outside, then it is plus 60. Because this is acting downward, the reaction should be upward. Reaction should be upward. This is clockwise, and the reaction should be anti-clockwise. That's why. So here either I should I can write I can make this as minus, but you should not confuse with it, because I already we have done it. So if you want to cope up with that, you have to make it as minus. You have to make it as minus, and then you can write same what you have found out already. The same sign convention you can use. Minus 60 and plus 60. Can you do it? And here, what is the value of U4? U4 is equal to minus 29 by EI, and U6 is equal to 44 divided by EA. Can somebody tell me the value of 3 here? Can you read it? The value for the second member?
0.166.
16.
0.5
0.5
minus 0.166.
0.16. Then this one?
0.5
0.5. This is 0.5
2 minus 0.5.
minus 1. 0.16, 0.5, 0.5 and 2. But sign
Minus ma'am. Minus 0.16, minus 0.5, then positive, then last one is minus 0.5 ma'am.
okay. Here it will get 0.16 and 0.5. This is minus 0.5.
Yes ma'am.
Minus 0.5. Then this is 1. Okay. You multiply and tell me the answer. Substitute the value of U4 is equal to 29. Am I correct? U4 is 29 only, no?
Ma'am, 0.5, last one ma'am, last row ma'am. 0.5, 1 minus 0.5, 2.
Oh, 2. This is 1. This is 1 and this is 2. Okay. Do it. Multiply and tell me the final answer. I want the force P3, P4, P5, P6. I want. Tell me the final answer. Let me check it. What I have.
Ma'am, 0 minus 60, 0, 60.
Wait. P4, P5 and P6. Tell me. How much you're getting?
Ma'am, I don't know whether it is correct. 0 minus 60, 0, 60.
0. 0 multi, it's not correct. The first one is 67.7, then 46, then 82, then last one is 0. Did you add this value? This value also you have added? Plus 60, plus 60, plus 60 you added? Who is answering? Sweta or...
Oh ma'am, I just multiplied ma'am. I didn't see the sign.
multiply. Fine. This with this add this and you tell me.
67.5.
Plus that's the correct answer. 60,
7.5.
67.5. That's the correct answer. Second one.
46.44 ma'am.
46.4. That's the correct answer. Then
52.26.
52.2. Last one?
0.
0. Can anybody tell me why it is 0? So what does this P3, P4, P5, P6 indicate? P3 is the vertical force, P4 is the bending moment, P5 is the vertical force, and P6 is the 0. Why it is 0? Can anybody tell me? Why P6 is equal to 0? Why P6 is equal to 0? Hello? When you go to the look at the diagram, then you will understand. All of you are able to get this answer?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go to this diagram. When you go to this diagram, you will get, see here, this is a fixed support. So you will have a resistive moment. This is a hinge support here. This moment will be contracted by this one. And here there is no moment. Am I correct? It's a simple support. A simple support N, there will not be any moment. That's why you are getting P6 is equal to 0. P6 is equal to 0 because it's a simple support one. But here you will get a moment because it is a fixed support. So wherever you are getting a fixed support, you will have a moment, and wherever you are getting simple support, there will not be any moment. That's the concept. Okay. So with that, this one problem is over. So now I will give one assignment, and you can do it, and you can upload it on Monday. Not Monday. We have tomorrow. First hour will be handled by Jessima because I have university exam. So already I have taken the classes. On yesterday I have taken. So tomorrow's first hour will be handled by Jessima, means design of stall structures. She will be handling. The Thursday we don't have any class, and Friday you have to upload this assignment. I'll teach you how to upload it. So can you take down the question for the assignment? This if you understand this concept, then this first unit will be easy. First and second unit will be easy. So I'll write the question. Find number and forces for the beam shown below. This is, you make it as 27,000. It is not 2,700. It is 20,000. 27,000 kilonewton meter square. Anything else you need? Distance, no? The first one is 6 meter. The second one is 8 meter. Third one is 5 meter. Can you start doing now? 5,000, 51,000. First, you now mark the member forces. Member force, the member number. 3 members are there. Start doing now itself. We have got 5 more minutes. If you are having, first to start the member forces, because this you have 3 members. So how will you? This is the assignment question. So do the assignment, and what you have to do is you have to type it and submit. Handwritten you don't submit. What you have to do is you need not type all the things. You can type the stiffness matrix. That is, wait, I'll tell you what are things it should be typed. Diagrams and all, of course, you can, if you want, you can make it hand. So this should be typed. You can even take this from my notes. But it is not possible because it is it is an image form, picture form, so you'll not be able to take. So this you type it, you can do it. This values you can type it. This global stiffness matrix, everything you can type it. This also, this load vector, this one. Then equations all be, you need not type it. The final answer. Final answer, just type it. So everything type it. Diagrams you can, you may not be having the option for AutoCAD, so you can draw it with the hand and type it and take a printout, and you can print out and all. It's not possible, no. So what you'll do is just your handwritten notes you upload, because you may not have the facility. You have to go outside, so I don't want to trouble you. You write with your handwriting, that is your own handwriting, in a paper, and you can upload it. I'll tell you how to upload it. Just you do it and come. We'll discuss in the next class. Then we can upload it. Just you mark the member number 1, 2, 3, and the node numbering also. Morning, full all are present. Morning, all are present. All the 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Start doing. If you are having any doubt, you ask me. EI, note it down. EI values given. It is different. Start doing now. Any doubt in this one? Numbering. Can you guess what is the numbering for the global stiffness matrix? Can you tell me? Somebody can tell me. Global stiffness matrix numbering. Hello? Are which one are not equal to 0?
And 2, 4, 6.
2 how come the 2 has come? How it's a fixed support, no? 2 oneness. 1 minute. Sorry. One more correction in the question. All of you note it down. One more correction in the question. This end is not simply supported. It is. All of you make this correction. This end is hinged. Again, it's a hinged end. In that case, who was answering? Jagana or Kalayaris?
Kavi.
Kalayaris.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Kalayaris, what you told is correct. If it is a 246 is correct when it is a hinge support. Actually, the question is hinge support only, so that I can check the answer. So make it as a hinge support and do it. So it's a 3 by 3 matrix. I think 3 by 3 also you can, Sweta, we can solve it in your calculator. 3 by 3.
Yes, ma'am, we can do it now.
Do it now. Okay. Up to how much you can do? 3 by 3 only.
Yes, ma'am. 3
Okay.
by 3.
Yeah, so you can just solve this problem using your calculator, and you have got a 2 days break and you can do it at home, and the assignment you have to submit it, and that carries marks. You have each and every internal assessment I will consider for your marks, continuous marks, continuous assessment marks I will consider. So here we have got 3 members. So size of the global stiffness matrix is 3 by 3. So if you are thorough with this problem, then first unit is very simple. So shall we stop today? Wait, file save. Stop recording.